All right, welcome. So we've got I'm not going to use the word podcast. We're just going to use the word recording. Your default microphone has changed to microphone array. Your default speaker has changed to headphones. It will now be used. Your default microphone has changed to microphone array and will now be used. Perfect. We're in business. So let's talk about a few things. We're going to jump right into this and do a little bit of free flow talk. So this is how to make $500 a day part-time as a waiter. We're going to be chatting about sodas and shrimp, the analogy of how money, your tips add up, the 80-20 law, the hidden money makers, and how to sell Faust to 1 in 4 tables on your next shift. So these are going to be 3 different components that we're going to break down, kind of why it's important to understand what the heck you're doing in this world. So my name is Nick. I'm a waiter. I work about 4 to 6 days a week at a high-end restaurant in Southern California. That's where I spend most of my time. That's how I make my primary income, just so everyone knows where I am coming from. Waiting tables has been a pretty cool utility tool for me in building out a lifestyle that allows me to travel, try different businesses, and have a flexible work-life balance. So let's dive right into this. Why are you here? So you're here so you can start making more money. That's going to be the primary driver of you listening to this entire show. So I want to thank you for jumping on here, and let's dive right into it. So we're going to be talking about 3 different components. Soda and shrimp is an analogy that I like to use to help you understand how important it is to know your numbers and know your money. So the numbers really do add up here. The second concept that we're going to break down is the 80-20 law, also known as Pareto principle or the income distribution law, and the hidden money makers. Third point, how to sell Faust to 1 in 4 tables, your next shift. Let's just jump right in. So sodas and shrimp, we have an example of soda. So we're going to open the calculator app here and take a look at this. So it's so important to understand sometimes you're missing out on money, you're missing out on opportunities. And the second component to this, the shrimp component, is a money-making opportunity. So there's 2 components: missing, making, missing, making. So the missing component is you've already done the work, you've already showed up, but you're just missing it. And that's the painful one, because we have some real world examples of somebody or people who are just blatantly missing the money, but doing the work. They're already showing up, they're already doing the work, and they're just missing out on the money. So let's talk about that. The first example is a soda. So I'll tell you this. This is a real life story. This is incredible. So we're going to call this person, let's call this person Rob. So Rob is that's not their real name, and we're not going to disclose their gender either. So Rob's a real person. Rob has not been ringing in their sodas at work. So where we work, it's high-end steakhouse. Sodas are I think about $3.75, $3.95. So we're going to go we got a little calculator app here. We're going to break down some numbers. So $3.70, $3.95, $3.95 times, let's say 10 sodas a shift. So that's not too many. It's about a fair number, 10 sodas a shift. So multiply that times 10 is going to give you $39.50 of missed revenue a shift by not ringing in your sodas. So someone orders a Diet Coke and someone else orders a lemon drop martini. You bring the Diet Coke, you bring the lemon drop martini, but you don't ring in the Diet Coke. You just go get it and put it on the table. For some reason, people don't like to ring those in. missed opportunity. Again, this applies to coffees or anything else that you have to ring in, and it's not a direct chain of command for somebody, for a different department in the restaurant to serve you that. So the checks and balances aren't there. So $3.95 a soda, 10 sodas a shift. That comes out to $39, $39.50 a shift. And we're going to say that person works 4 shifts a week, and they work 4 weeks a month. That's going to be $632. That seems so high. $632 a month in lost revenue that they're missing out on. That can't. You're thinking to yourself, that can't be right. So let's redo this. Let's just go $3.95 times 10 a day times 4 a week times 4 a month. So let's go $632. And that's a decent chunk of change, right? So let's multiply that. You're going to get tipped on that at 20% tip, assuming. So 20% equals $126 a month. $126 a month and 40 cents. Okay, so you're tipping out on that. We're going to tip out on that. So multiply that by 70% because that's your tip out margin. It's $88. I don't know about you, $88 a month. That's something. It's a subscription. It can go into savings. You can give it away. So, but bear with me. That's a month. Let's multiply that out by the year. So let's say 10 weeks. No, I'm sorry. 10 months out of the year, not 12, 10 months. So we're going to take a little break on that, meaning the numbers are going to be shaved down a little bit just to be on the conservative side. 10 months. Obviously, simple math. That's $884.08 a year. So let's just say this person's worked there for over 4 years. We're going to multiply that out by 4. That's $3,539 take home. So $3,500 that this gentleman has lost, done the work, and lost out on the money. So this doesn't include coffees. This just includes soft drinks. So you get a couple coffees thrown in the mix. It's another $4. These are substantial numbers. This is the soda and shrimp analogy. Soda and shrimp, again, this is the soda. These are the ones that you've done the work and you're missing out on. So again, we're going to divide that by 4, which gives us an annual number of $840. Divide that by 10 is going to give us our monthly amount of $88. So that's a pretty significant number. Okay. So let's again take that up to 10 and then take that up to 4, which gives us our 4-year number of, this is substantial. This is some good stuff. This is why you're here. This is why you're here, because you're trying to figure out how to make the most for your family, for yourself, put some more money in the bank, work a little harder, work a little smarter, and pay attention to the details. No one's going to do it for you. So when you're at a busy restaurant, these kind of things get missed because they want to come in. And so we're going to take 3,500, 35, 39. Geez, that's a lot of money. People could really use that money. Christmas is going to roll around and you're going to be wishing you had a few extra bucks. And had you been ringing in those sodas, you would have had an extra $880. So I'm just letting you know that this is substantial. So that's for 4 years. This is going to be $804.80 per year at 10 months. So we again, these are conservative numbers. So remember that. All right. So when Christmas rolls around, what would you do with an extra $800? Costco, if you remember of Costco, but they have these membership packages where you can get away. $886 could get you a little vacation or something like that. It's a couple of payments. It's some babysitting for your kids. It's a date. some new teeth. You might need a cavity filled or something along those lines. You could pay off some debt with that. You could pay off some serious debt just by bringing in the sodas of a job you're already doing. Remember that you're already doing this work. You're already okay. So back at it. So this is going to be this is the soda analogy. Really important to know the sodas. So let's jump back over to the shrimp. So we're going to teach you now how to walk up to a table and immediately recommend. You want to specifically use these words. If you're thinking about an appetizer to start. If you're thinking about an appetizer to start. So we're not going to assume, we're not going to push it on them. We're just going to use these words. If you're thinking about an appetizer to start, identify the most expensive, popular appetizer that's on your menu. There's going to be a certain appetizer that is the most popular. Take the top few and the most expensive one. Okay. We're going to immediately get that onto the table and we're going to plant that in their head. Sodas and shrimp. This is the shrimp side of it. So you walk up to the table, ladies and gentlemen, you have a little bit of a spiel. If you're thinking about an appetizer while you're getting comfortable, the spicy shrimp is by far the most popular. And then you want an upward inflection in your voice. So an upward inflection, a downward inflection in your voice sounds like this. An upward inflection of your voice sounds like this. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. We've got some drinks on the flip side of your main menus. And if you're thinking about an appetizer to start, the spicy shrimp is our most popular, and it's my favorite. The spicy shrimp, big jump. Now you describe it. So you use that statement in the beginning. If you're thinking about an appetizer, the fill in the blank is our most popular, with an upward inflection, is our most popular. And then you describe it briefly. Big jumbo prawns in a lightly spicy cream sauce. It's delicious. That's it. You settle on that point. Okay. So spicy shrimp is going to be $5. So that's $25. And we're going to get that on, at least half of our tables. This just works. So we're going to get that on at least half of our tables. So that's going to be, let's call it 5 conservatively. So we're going to multiply this out by 5. That's an extra $125 a shift. You're going to be working 4 shifts a week. So times 4 weeks a month times 4. So that's an extra $2,000 in revenue that you're bringing in by recommending this right off the top. We're talking immediately, okay? Multiply that by your tip out at 20%, gives you this is an extra $400 a month. You're already at the table. This is the most popular appetizer. They came into your restaurant looking for something important. You're giving them the information that they're seeking. You're not bullshitting them here. You're guiding them through the process with excitement and clarity. You're not pushing it. If you're thinking about an appetizer and you let them know which one's the most popular. So that's $400 a month in income. We tip out on that. So multiply that times 70%. That's, wow, times 70%. So 400 times 0.7 equals, wow, that's a big drop. So an extra $280 a month, an extra $280 per month take home. So we're going to multiply that times annually. So we're going to multiply this annually. So multiply that times 10 months, not 12 months, because we're going to take some time off. There might be some time we're out of town. Okay, we're going to multiply this times. So this is a conservative number times 10. There's an extra annual income of $2,800 at the end of Christmas. So per year. All right. So sodas and shrimp, the module on sodas and shrimp, and we're going to break this down even further. And you can use this on any menu across the board in any restaurant, but particularly we're going to be working and talking about these higher end restaurants where the price point's a little bit higher, it's a little bit substantial, and you have the room to to offer these to your clients, to your guests. Okay, so this is just incredible. So Christmas rolls around, right? You've been doing this. You're bringing in your sodas and your coffees. You've been engaging your guest and letting them know what the most popular appetizer is, because they're coming in hungry. They're coming into a restaurant. I mean, they're coming in hungry. It's not like they're going to Disneyland and you find them at a restaurant. These folks are coming to your destination to eat food. We're showing them what to do. So sodas and shrimp, that shrimp is coming in at $2,800. The soda is coming in. So we're going to $2,800 on the shrimp, plus a nice 884.8, $3,600, 3684, 3684. So in December, would you like an extra $3,600 for doing work that you're already showing up to the table? You're already talking about appetizers. You're already bringing them drinks. And this is going to be enhancing their dining experience. You have to understand that when they eat the most popular appetizer, they're going to love it. They're going to love it. And they're going to love you for talking about it. That's your job. So that's what we're going to do here, is bring that into clarity for them. So that's going to be module number 1. We're going to kind of focus on soda and shrimp and tweak this a little bit. Now, we've got some external noise going on in the background, but so is life, right? So is life. So we're going to stand up here, get a little movement in, and this is where the things get exciting, because there's a few points to remember. A quote written here, and it says, force yourself and the people you work with to do difficult things. Now, this is not a difficult thing. This is not something that's extremely challenging. This is not something that is going to, there's nobody on the operating table. There's no one in the OR, in the operating room. This isn't going to, no one's going to die here, okay? And so the important of this is, the important thing here is to realize that with just a little bit of fine tuning, understanding your soda and your shrimp, this is going to be a game changer to you, a game changer to your family. Most people are their jobs a few years, 2, 3, 4 years. So let's say you're working 3 years down the road, multiply this times 3, that's 11,000. Look at that. That's $11,000. That's $11,000 take home, folks. That can pay off some debt. That can really change the game here. So let's divide that by 3 to get back to our monthly amount. And you're just really looking at a beautiful number on that one. So sodas and shrimp is a really important piece, because there's another concept that you want to understand, and that is a habit must be established before it can be improved. And this is a memory technique. This is something that is not just applicable to the benefits of waiting tables part-time, but these are going to be things that trickle down into your life. This is going to be stuff that you can use to raise your kids. You can use to affect your loved one, your spouse, your girlfriend, your partner. And these are going to be really important life skills, just to kind of touch on that. So 2 quotes that I really think are important here on this one, and have helped me a ton, is a habit must be established before it can be improved. So I make it a goal to write down that I'm going to ring in my sodas. Instead of taking a shortcut and not putting it in because you want to just get the drinks in and get things going, you take the time to put it in. And then when you drop the check, you take the time to make sure that all the sodas are rang in the computer, all the coffees are rang into the computer, so that you're getting paid for the work that you're doing. This is honoring yourself. This is making sure that you're respecting the work that you do and why you show up. This is the whole reason we're at this job, is to show, unless you own the restaurant or your family owns the restaurant. And in that case, you probably really want to be bringing in your sodas and upselling your shrimp, or just not upselling, recommending the most popular appetizer right off the bat to get that extra $2,800 a year. When December comes around, baby, you're going to want that money. I'm just saying, I will. You can give that shit away. I don't know, but you can send it my way. I'll put a link down below. So that's going to be a really important process. Is a habit must be established before it can be improved. So the shrimp part, the recommending this, you want to practice that statement. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're thinking about an appetizer, such and such, the spicy shrimp is by far the most popular, I say, and my favorite. And then you describe it. Big jumbo prawns in a lightly spicy cream sauce. That's amazing. So you're using clear descripting words in addition to exclamatory statements like exciting or delicious or fantastic. Those are kind of bullshitty, and they don't really paint enough of a picture in somebody's mind. And that when it comes out to the table, you want them to kind of expect what to get. And that's a great one there. So use that. You want to make sure that you practice these with preferably somebody who works at the restaurant, a friend. You can both do this together, but you want to practice these statements. You can record them on your phone. You can practice a video. You can do it at tables, but you're going to need the iterations. You're going to need repetitions of doing this to kind of make it your own and get comfortable with it. The ringing in the sodas, that's the first quote. Force yourself and the people you work with to do difficult things. It's not difficult. Some people just miss it. If you're one of those folks who just do it all the time and you're like, yeah, I got that. Fantastic. You've checked the box. You can move on. A lot of people don't. Some people just are going to miss these things. So sodas, force yourself and the people you work with to do difficult things. Ring those drinks in and practice these statements, practice these good habits. And then the second piece is a habit must be established before it can be improved. So again, working on the statement, working on memorizing this piece, and then practicing it. You're going to need a certain number of iterations to get it to stick. And then you're going to start to see the results. And those results are real. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this is really helpful. Again, if you want any one-on-one information, then I would love to talk to you about kind of what that looks like, and we can get these things rolling. So again, understanding your numbers and what these look like are going to be imperative to your journeys to having more $500 days and or even more $1,000 days. Amazing income opportunities in a time when times are tough. Times are tough right now, and they may not be getting easier. So take the time. You're going to be providing your guest a service. You're going to be providing your restaurant and your establishment a service, and you're going to be rewarding yourself for the hard-earned work that you've been putting in. You deserve it, and you're worth it. So know that going into this. Sodas and shrimp, that's the module. And let me know if there's anything else I can do to help. You're amazing. Have a fantastic day, and we're wrapping this one.